There are certain rules in tech that feel like universal truths. 1. Your phone will always die at 1% when you need it the most. 2. Windows updates will always happen at the worst possible time. And number 3. Apple does not do budget, like at all. Apple's pricing has always been in its own little fantasy world where dongles cost more than the dinner, and a MacBook is closer to a mortgage than a machine. But now, things have changed. Now Apple might be throwing a curveball that no one saw coming. A $649 MacBook. Yup, you're not dreaming. You heard that right. Not an iPad, not a MacBook from 2015 found in the back of a warehouse. A brand spanking new rumored 2026 MacBook. Powered not by the usual M series chip, but by an iPhone chip, the A18 Pro. So naturally, the internet lost its collective mind, and we're here to talk about it. Is this the biggest Apple W in years, or is this some kind of tech bait and switch, a Chromebook in a turtleneck? So let's break it all down and figure out if this $649 A18 Pro budget MacBook is really worth buying, or if it's just Apple trolling us all. Okay, first off, what is this thing even? From what we know so far, the $649 MacBook is rumored to launch in 2026, and it's being built as a low-cost option, especially for students and budget users. It won't have an M-series chip like the MacBook Air or Pro. Instead, Apple's dropping in the A18 Pro, the same chip used in the iPhone 16 Pro. Yup, your MacBook might be running on the same chip as your phone. So what does all this garbage really mean? Well, let's talk the numbers. Geekbench scores for the A18 Pro around 3,454 single core and 800 and 500-ish for the multi-core. That actually beats the old M1 chip in single core, but it falls behind in multi-core tasks compared to the newer M2 and M4 chips. So you're not getting powerhouse performance here. But for everyday stuff, web browsing, watching YouTube, writing essays, absolutely fine. And for the whopping price tag of $649, that's kind of the point. This thing is being positioned to go toe-to-toe with high-end Chromebooks and low-end Windows laptops, like those Lenovo Chromebook Plus or Acer Spin 714 machines that cost between $500 and $700. Except now, instead of running Chrome OS, you're getting Mac OS. That's a big deal if you're already in the Apple ecosystem. But obviously it's not all roses and rainbows. You knew that was coming, right? There are trade-offs. First off, no Thunderbolt ports, just USB-C. Maybe one, maybe two, maybe even less, who in the hell knows? Maybe Apple decides to get real cute and give us half a port. Who knows? And no, you probably even can't hook up multiple external displays. This thing might just max out at 1. Also, RAM is expected to start at 8 gigs. And in 2026, that might start feeling real tight like your underwear or panties, whatever you wear. It is fine for now. But if you like to keep 74 tabs open while streaming Spotify and editing a Google Doc during a Zoom call, you'll start to feel it. Storage? Probably 128 gigs or 256 gigs. Not massive, but again, budget. Let's talk design. Rumor is it's going to be lightweight, thin and common colors like silver, blue, pink and yellow. Basically the iMac Junior vibes. It'll likely be made with a titanium frame and graphite aluminum for that fancy Apple touch. A laptop that's trying to look premium while keeping costs low. It's like a fashion influencer shopping on a shine budget. Fake it till you make it. Initially. Essentially I mean, battery life? No one knows for sure, but we're guessing somewhere in the 8 to 12 hour range. Solid, but definitely not groundbreaking. Now here is where the drama kicks in. The controversy around using an iPhone chip in a MacBook. Some people are real hyped. Yay, more efficient, cooler temperatures, cheaper to produce, sustainability. But others are like, wait, what? A phone chip in a laptop? What the hell is this? A glorified iPad with a keyboard? There is legit concern about thermal throttling, performance under sustained loads, and whether this thing can actually keep up in real laptop scenarios. Because yes, your iPhone does not need to run Final Cut Pro for 3 hours straight. Your laptop might. Also, let's not forget, this is Apple's first ever MacBook using a chip from the iPhone lineup. It is basically experimental, like we are the guinea pigs, which means we might be beta testing this with our wallets. Not ideal. And then there is the biggest elephant in the room. Why the hell is Apple doing all this? Because let's be real, Apple does not just wake up and decide to give you a good deal out of the kindness of their heart. They are a business that steal your money at the end of the day. They want to kill the Chromebooks, especially in schools. Chromebooks have essentially taken over education because they're cheap and easy. Apple wants in, they want to kick them out, and this A18 Pro MacBook might be their Trojan horse. As always, let's pause for a second and play the devil's advocate. Who is this for? If you're a student who just wants to take notes, browse the web, watch the whatever, attend Zoom classes, write papers, and maybe watch Netflix and then chill during lectures, we won't tell. This MacBook is probably perfect. It is lightweight, runs Mac OS, has decent battery life, and costs less than most iPhones. But, and it's a big but, if you're a video editor, music producer, or someone running 4 virtual desktops while multiple apps are open, this is definitely not your machine. Just buy an M series Mac and then call it a day. Also, for people already in the Apple ecosystem, it makes sense. Your iCloud, iMessage, AirDrop, Handoff, it all just works. It is Apple magic in a more affordable package. Let's compare it real quick. MacBook Air M4 starts at nearly $1,000. MacBook Air M2 often on sale at or for $850. This A18 MacBook only $649. So yes, Apple's got some serious tiering going on. You want the shiny stuff? Pay up. You want a lightweight daily driver with some compromises? Welcome to the budget club. And bear in mind, we haven't even talked about Chromebooks. For $649, you can get a killer Chromebook with a 2-in-1 design, OLED screen, stylus support, and even touchscreen. But again, Chrome OS isn't for everybody. Some people just want a real desktop OS with a full app support, and Mac OS definitely gives you that. Now let's get real spicy. There's a theory out there that this budget MacBook might be Apple's way of soft launching their shift away from the M series dominance. Like, maybe they're testing the waters to see if iPhone chips can handle laptop level tasks. Because if that works, Apple can cut costs even more. And who knows, maybe in 5 years, all MacBooks are running on iPhone silicon. Also, rumor has it that this thing might support Apple Intelligence. Yep, the new advanced AI features, like Apple likes to call it, because A18 Pro is compatible. That would be a major win over Chromebooks that don't get the same level of smart features. So what's the final verdict? The $649 A18 Pro budget MacBook isn't a powerhouse, definitely, and it's not trying to be. It is a calculated move by Apple to go after Chromebook users, students, and budget buyers who want in on the Mac OS experience. It's got solid single-core performance, decent battery, slick design, and all the Apple ecosystem goodies. But, and this is a big fat juicy spanking but, you have to be okay with the compromises, limited ports, possible thermal issues, 8GB RAM, embarrassing, storage constraints, And the fact that you're buying a product that's kind of a tech guinea pig. For the right person, this is a great machine. For the wrong person, you're going to be frustrated within a week or even within a few hours. So should you really buy it? If you're on a budget, want a MacBook, and don't need to do anything crazy with it, definitely yes. It is probably the best entry-level Apple laptop ever. But if you're a power user, save your cash, get the MacBook M2 Air, or wait for a good deal on the M4. Either way, Apple is finally acknowledging that not everybody has $1,200 to drop on a laptop, and that's kind of a big deal. So yes, weird times in Apple's la la land. We've got a MacBook with an iPhone chip, pigs are flying, dogs and cats living together. Madness. But maybe, just maybe, this madness is exactly what we needed. Anyway, that's all I got for today. See ya.